You're listening to Broken Mold Ministry, where the bits and bytes shout for the joy and praise of Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I see you.
Hello, folks. This is Pastor Bob with BrokenMoldMinistry.org, and this is a coffee time. I got my coffee ready to go. Brother Bill's got his coffee. I don't know if Sister Natalie's got her coffee. Sister Natalie, by the way, is from the Broken Mold Ministry Trinidad mission down there, and she's been quite busy. And we're going to be talking about an item that is showing before you even now: equality and equity, not just for the country of the United States, although that seems to be quite the focus of where things are today. However, we're talking about the entire world, and so that we stay politically correct, we're going to try to only be
rather than create opportunities. We're looking to educate blue, red, and purple.
to use the opportunities that are given. Give every equality in where the and where available, and educate everyone to use the opportunities so that they can advance, so that everybody's up to a level of blue, so that even purple gets a better chance to stand with blue and see the game. Without giving all the opportunities to purple shirt and no abilities to a blue shirt, and yet just some to a red shirt, don't give all the boxes to only one side. That will cause attention. And I don't mean attention as in people are seeing a thing, which probably it would too, but attention as in you're going to be tying a rope around an issue and tightening it and tightening it and tightening it and tightening it until finally it's so tight you're going to get a response, a physical response. There will be no equality.
It
Yeah.
will cause division.
Yeah, it will cause a division, certainly, because one side will say, why don't I have this? Why haven't I been given the same? The Bible gives everybody the equal chance for grace. Why doesn't it give the purple shirts more chance for grace? It's because if you educate purple, red, and blue the same, the chance for grace is equal. They only have to make the same choice. But if you never tell the blue shirts how to be saved, oh yeah, they'll see the game all right, but they'll never make it to heaven because all the opportunity was given to the red shirts or the purple shirts. You see? Equity does not solve the problem for the people. It doesn't. What do you think?
But I like that point. I like that point. It's about choice too. Yes, equality is all of us have the opportunity to make choices, and equity, however, gives some people an easier choice. But if we look at the relationship with Jesus, we all have that choice. And I'm going to use this as a foundation.
Right.
So we're all given grace, yes, but it's about accepting the grace. And that's where the problem is in Christianity: the acceptance and making that choice.
The choice of the opportunity.
Right.
Right. Well, what they're wanting to do with equity is where we would say some people, by the color of their shirt, have more opportunity. And some people, by the color of their shirts, have no opportunity. And that's
Right.
what causes division.
Right.
So I say let them all have the equal capability of the opportunity. Therefore, you're not causing any division. And that goes with anything in life. If you're delivering porridge in a dining hall and you deliver equal amounts of porridge to blue, red, and purple, you're not going to have division in that cafeteria. But if you start delivering very little spoonfuls to blue, a few spoonfuls to red, and a full bowl to purple, you're going to start having problems in that cafeteria. You're causing the problems with a version of equity.
I'm gonna throw a curveball, Pastor Bob. And the curveball is this because it's been nagging at me since we started pre-production. I'm looking at Jacob and Esau, and what the curveball is was Jacob given more opportunity than Esau? I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm. The favored son.
Yeah.
Yep. Pretty good example there. If you favor one person over another person, one will love you, the other will hate
Or
you.
hate you. Yep.
You cannot serve two masters.
That's
You
right.
will love one and hate the other, or hate one and love the other. I feel that because people are not multitask or able to do it at the same time, that's why God said that. I mean, you want to do both. It's like the Natalie referred to one time about the dog with the big bone in his mouth. And he looked down in the river and saw a bigger bone. So rather than have the one he had, he wanted both. And greed sometimes gets us in that direction.
Yep. Yeah.
We have to be satisfied with what we have and slowly go up and grow better and wiser so that we can make the opportunities as they come along.
Hey.
Also,
good point, Pastor Chisholm.
Huh?
Go ahead, Pastor Bob.
Also, when you feel you haven't lived up to what you should have had, you have no right blaming anyone else for not having it. You can't blame another shirt for not having the same view of the game. You can't. If you had the equal capabilities and you didn't get to see the game, it's your fault, not another shirt's fault. But if you've been given an equity in abilities adjusted due to your shirt color and you still didn't get to see the game, it is everybody else's fault. And then you wind up blaming everything around you and hating everything around you. And you become a very destructive shirt. A very destructive shirt.
I just want to add this. So equality to me, it's like the community is responsible for all three, to give us opportunity, to give us support, to allow us to grow. Equity to me is like crab in a barrel. The purple shirt is willing to crawl all over red and blue to get what he wants.
Yeah. Yeah. I see equality as opportunities that can feel like equity, because if it's equality, then I would gladly take the time to teach the purple shirt how to take their equality that they're not seeing and teach them to use it. Help them to use it. Not pointing a finger, but holding out an open hand and saying, how can I help you get the best out of your equal capabilities, your equal choices? Because if you're still not able to see the game, why is that? You're given the same opportunities, and yet red sees the game, blue sees the game. Why isn't purple seeing the game? Let me help. But not by making more opportunities for them, because that wouldn't be fair, but by taking the time to educate purple. A blue shirt could take the time to educate a purple shirt in love. And with that education, all three become greater. All three become equally powerful That's what we should do. No handouts. Hands up, yes, but no handouts. If you're getting a benefit of a box, you're earning it. If you're handed money because you lost your job yesterday, then that handout of money comes with, what are you doing about your situation today? What are you going to do about it tomorrow? If I'm going to hand you another check next week, what are you doing to change your situation? The goal should be to be getting off my handing you a check, not to stay and having more given to you. See? And that is highly important. What are you doing to better yourself? It's like a Star Trek economy. They didn't have money. They had people that worked to better themselves, and that's how they improved their status. They improved on themselves. That's what the money was.
Actually, they did have money.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to argue the point. My point on that was that they bettered themselves, and that's how they became better people. And in other situations, the commanders, the leaders, and things, is because they improved on themselves.
They were taught how to achieve the impossible so that the impossible became possible.
Yeah.
In other words, a purple shirt could become a red shirt or a blue shirt.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Based on choice, based on support, and based on their willingness to make changes.
And they had equal opportunities. They took up on their opportunities and dashed with them in their world. They had the equal schools. And now if you get one that only attends half of the classes, well, surely he's only going to have only half the opportunities. So you can't turn around and say, well, because you have half the opportunities, we're going to give you double the chances of jobs as compared to blue because you only did half the work. That causes division. You can't adjust things because the other group failed to do their worth.
Well, we call that due diligence. Due diligence.
Yeah. Because they haven't done their due diligence, you can't turn around and prop them up. Don't prop up the failures or the lack of trying. Prop up one that wants to try. Help the ones that wish to help themselves. Make it really hard on the people that do not wish to help themselves. Darwinism will work. It just has to be allowed to. If we always prop up the weak and the lazy, then that is what our society will become. A pile of weak and lazy.
In Jesus' words, the poor we shall always have.
The poor shall always be with you. And here's another thing too, is God hates a sluggard. This is a person who has all kinds of opportunity but just chooses to stay in their bunk. Even though they have all the opportunities there waiting for them, they'll just stay.
Or we can tie in the talents too.
What's that?
We can tie in the story about the talents. The purple shirt is like the one who was given the one and he hid it.
Yeah, and he hid it. He didn't try to do anything with it. And that's why the master was so upset with him.
I also think that the way he talked to the master, he was upset because, he said, you like to get where you have not sowed. And
you're a hard man.
Hard man.
Yeah.
And that was a bad part as well because he was talking down to the master who gave him the stuff in the first place.
Yeah, if he's so hard, he gave to him. See?
But a lot of people don't understand what they were given. Talents. Back in those days, a talent was about 15 years worth of money.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Then they always want more.
But look at the guy that got 5 talents, who whatever he did, he made 5 talents more.
Yeah.
So that was 25 years or more worth of money. Can you imagine
Yeah.
having 25 years worth of money?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and then you had the next one who had two and you got two more. So that was 4 times the salary for so many years.
Exactly.
And then you have
Exactly.
the last one that buried his talent. He could have got two, and he would have been well off for years and years. My whole point is this: sometimes we look at ourselves and don't see what God sees, and we go back and we hide because we don't feel we're worthy. But God sees us as being worthy; otherwise, He would not have given them what He did.
Mm-hmm.
We all have to be able to um, take what we have and build on it.
Right.
Even it wasn't about the amount; it was about what your return is.
What you
Blue,
did with it.
yeah, the blue shirt had 100% return or more. The red shirt had 100% return, and the purple shirt didn't have any return. It's not the amount that they received back, but the percentage that they did.
The amount of effort too.
Well, yeah. So 100% effort on each of the two, blue and red, and 0% effort on the purple.
Right.
If he would
I'm
have,
going to confound both of you, though.
huh?
So, while this is what the world's wisdom is all about, God's wisdom is not about that. Because He can take the purple shirt, sinner that he is, criminal that he is, murderer that he is, and he could still get to heaven faster than the red or the blue shirt.
Yeah.
My whole point when I was talking about the talents was this: it doesn't matter what you start with; it only matters where you end up, and that's what it is all about. That's what heaven is all about.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you start; it just matters where you end. And a lot of people don't see that. A lot of people have to understand that God, um, He has His own favorites. Israel's a favorite of God's, but just because you have something now doesn't mean you have something later. The only thing that we are to do is to strive to do as God commands us to do. Whatever money we have or whatever.
And that's
Uh,
why He is God and we are we, because He sees the heart, but we can see only the outside.
Right. But we're to be good stewards with any amount that we're given, regardless of purple, red, or blue. The amount that we're given is given to us of God because He can see the future where we cannot.
well, and that's the truth. But let's look at it another way too. Blue shirt has so much, and because he has so much, he's expected more from him than purple.
Mm-hmm.
But if blue shirt was to teach purple shirt to come up to the standards that he has, then everybody would be almost the same. And that's the responsibility of blue shirt. The responsibility of purple shirt is to be teachable.
Ah, and
To
that's
learn.
why, my dear friend, we're in the days of Noah, because Noah took over 200 years or more to build an ark. And everybody thought he was a fool until the rains came. But when the rains came and Noah's family was safely in the ark, God shut the door.
Yep.
So there is a chance that everybody has, but the window closes. And when the window is closed, not a man can open it.
Yep. Well,
Well,
folks, we've been talking to you about equality and equity. We've shown you the best picture that gives us the best analogy of the two. One can give a good life in Christ. One can give you all the peace and capability that you could possibly have. The other will most certainly cause division. What do you think? This is Pastor Bob with Broken Old Ministry telling you, folks, stay with God, measure all things that you say and do with God. If you can talk in love, then speak. If you cannot talk in love, then hush. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.
You're listening to Broken Mold Ministry, where the bits and bytes shout for the joy and praise of Jesus Christ.